this morning that I was guarding Luka, I was like, gee, I've never really, had an assignment like that before in the NBA. And it was something I've always wanted, like, to guard these best players in the league. And, he had 40 or something, but that's the best way to learn as a defender. And obviously that's something I want to get better at, and I'm trying to improve on that side of the ball. So, 8 steals, some of them fell into my lap, so I'll take it, though. But great win on the road.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddey for the win. Go!
Oh my God! I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh no!
Improbable!
Unbelievable!
Impossible!
Magic Giddey.
Welcome back to the All Things Basketball Podcast. This episode comes after rewatching the Bulls-Lakers game where Josh Giddey just goes off, and a guy that's just been having such an awesome and fun season with a team that a lot of people wrote off to just be a bad team. And while they're not technically a good team, they are extremely fun to watch if you have League Pass or however else you're able to get those games. So the topics for this one are OKC, why they traded him, why that kind of didn't work out, Giddey kind of getting exposed in a playoff series against the Mavericks. Talk a little bit about that. Also, his staggering jump from pre-All-Star to post-All-Star this season. I'm also going to talk about his shooting improvement, which I think a lot of people are talking about right now, and also his improvement on defense, which is relevant to the whole OKC thing. So let's get right into it. So in that last playoff series for Josh Giddey against the Dallas Mavericks, it was a forgettable one for him. And it got to the point where Coach Mark Daigneault had to actually decide to bench him, right? Make him come off the bench and start Isaiah Joe. Now, we know the ending of that series. Obviously, OKC gets eliminated, and, not much of a difference was made by Isaiah Joe other than honestly doing what Mark Daigneault thought he was going to do, which was help spread the floor, right? But shots just weren't going in for Isaiah Joe. And I think a lot of that had to do with, a guy that knows his role, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of a playoff series, I think it was like Game 5, he now is told, okay, well, now you're going to start. And, this kind of, I don't know what the vibe was amongst the team, telling Giddey to come off the bench for the first time in his entire career. And it's in the middle of a very hectic playoff series where Giddey's also not playing well. The Mavs were just cheating off of Josh Giddey on defense and just kind of putting their roamer on Josh Giddey. Close out late on him. We're going to let him shoot every shot, right? And Giddey was not able to make them pay. On the other end, they were also hunting Josh Giddey on defense. Like, he is your guy, you're going to attack him and hopefully draw 2 or get by and make a play. And so OKC, season's over. They try to have this new role for Josh Giddey from what was reported. They're looking for kind of having him come off the bench as a sort of Ginobili role, which at the time I was always big on, look, man, OKC, they're very deep. Josh Giddey, we know about the defensive issues right now, really early in his career. We know about the shooting problems. He needs the ball in his hands, right? And he's a guy that also plays well off the ball. He knows how to move. He knows where to be. He knows where to position himself. He's just a very smart player, reads the game really well, but clearly his best attribute is his playmaking, right? And he needs the ball to be able to do that for the most part. So them asking him to come off the bench in the future, that wasn't the vision he had for himself. And so from what was reported, it was an amicable, professional agreement from both parties to just move on. And so they trade Josh Giddey. They bring in Alex Caruso, a guy that's going to pretty much do whatever you tell him, right? At this stage in his career, you need him to defend a specific person. He's going to do that. Point of attack defender. You need him to just stand in the corner, catch and shoot. He's going to be happy to do that. Attack a closeout, maybe make the right play. Josh Giddey is still in the very early stages of his career with tons of potential. And I respect Josh Giddey for not saying yes to that role and saying, I see more for myself. And so now we have him here in Chicago, and it's just the playground for him to maximize his potential. And it's exactly what we've been seeing this season. And it's not like we didn't see those flashes on OKC, because clearly even LeBron shouted him out. I think it was last year or the year before that. And, he was getting a lot of recognition. He didn't see that it was enough opportunity for himself, right? And I always respect that from players, especially when they then get that opportunity and they prove people wrong. So here's the season that Josh Giddey's having. Take a look at the pre-All-Star numbers, right? Not too crazy, right? 14 points. Kind of looking like what people probably expected, right? Because of what they saw him do at OKC. Look at this staggering jump in numbers across the board. The points, the rebounds, the assists, even the steals, the free throw percentage, the three-point percentage. Yes, it's a 13-game sample so far. Obviously, there's still a lot left. But this season, just as a whole, he has been shooting the ball so much better. And it does help that he's playing on a team that plays extremely fast. They're third in pace. They're also second in three-pointers attempted, behind only the Celtics. This is a team that instills that confidence in Josh Giddey to take that shot, because don't worry, we're coming right back up the floor on the next possession, and you're probably going to get another one right away. Josh Giddey has embraced taking threes. He's embraced speed. He has embraced playing on the defensive end. And I talked about that shot improvement. Here is the shot map for Josh Giddey that I wanted to show you guys. This is last season's shot map. And obviously you see the struggles, right? You see a lot of red on the map. And here is this season's shot map. Obviously still some room for improvement, but looking at this, you know that this opens up the game for Josh Giddey. He is at 255 threes for the season. Obviously, like I just mentioned, the Bulls numbers. You're on a team that's definitely promoting playing faster and taking more threes. So yeah, his volume's going to be up. But I'm impressed that the shot making is there to match the volume. He's at 38.4% from three on the season, which is just awesome stuff for Josh Giddey. And that opens up everything else for him, because this is a guy that likes to get downhill, right? And hopefully draw a help defender. He does get by his guy very often, has really good footwork, uses angles really well, just gets by that first guy. If the help comes, he's going to make a great pass, or even just a simple pass that happens to be the right one, and that's how he racks up assists. He sees the floor extremely well, and now defenders can't really say, let's leave him open. Maybe for now, teams are still opting to kind of do that, right? Like if they have to choose a guy. But Josh Giddey, time and time again, is proving those defenses wrong. And he's shooting it with confidence. You can see it. You can see that he doesn't hesitate like he used to. And that comes with obviously more reps. And I'm just really proud to see that shooting improvement from Josh Giddey. The last part of this pod that I wanted to talk about with Josh Giddey was his defensive improvement. And it was really highlighted against the Lakers at LA with that 8-steal game. I think it was 8 steals. Some of those steals were him just being in the right place at the right time. But you could just see the intensity, like just the toughness, the desire to get after it, right? Like, yeah, Luka goes off and he scores a lot of points, but Josh Giddey on a lot of those possessions just making Luka angry, right? Like kind of just pissing him off, like just being a pest, getting his hands just all over the place, right? Just active hands, quick hands. He's got the length. He has the size. Like he has those tangible things that make you think he can definitely become at least a solid defender. And when he's able to hold his ground like that, really hard to say, let's go at Josh Giddey, right? Not going to say he's leveled up to this elite defender, because he's definitely got a long way to go. But he has made great strides on the defensive end. And I think he deserves the recognition when it comes to the defense. A lot of people are going to talk about his shooting. They're going to talk about the near triple-double, the points, rebounds, assists, the flashiness, the game winner against the Lakers, the great season he's having. But I think that it's in the details also. Like, him improving as a defender has done wonders for him out there on the floor. Also, the fact that that shot's going in, obviously, that's going to be probably the bigger story. But I just wanted to kind of come out with a quick pod just addressing how great of a season this guy's having. And yeah, they're going to be fighting for this play-in spot as much as they can. Josh Giddey is basically here to tell you, I am a star in this league, or I'm a future star in this league, and I'm going to be here for a really long time, and I'm going to get paid this summer. I think that Josh Giddey is about to get a really big bag, and he's going to deserve every penny. Hopefully, he continues to grow as a player. Always been a fan of him since I watched him in Summer League. Since he was drafted, he's just always been a joy to watch. This is the team that you want to watch because he gets the ultimate green light to do all the things that he wants to do. And he's helping them win, which is ultimately the most important part of this whole thing.